Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are tonight's entertainment.
Without further ado, all right, gentlemen, it has come time to address the fuckery that is or has started at the beginning of the month. I would like to know why we have white kids promoting Black History Month, saying that they're blackity black. I would like someone to make sense of this to me, because I just don't.
Here goes. I'm gonna try to make some sense of it for you too. Somebody somewhere said, you know what? We are going to support. We're going to show black people by showing them that we're behind them. We're supporting them by putting our white kids in Black History attire. This is what we're going to do. There, I tried to justify it. It didn't work.
Bruh, this shit is atrocious.
Look,
like I'm not even gonna lie. I am utterly appalled. I know my ancestors are angry. This stupid shit that they now you know somebody did this for clickbait and for views.
This is another attempt to monetize the things that we as black people are dealing with. We had all our we had cops kneeling on necks, shooting people for going for a jog and all this other stuff, right? All of a sudden you had these companies and stuff, oh, we support black equality and everything else, and you ain't heard nothing else from them. They made their money real quick off of all those t-shirts and everything, and you don't see it no more. You don't hear about it no more. This is a new attempt. This is what it is. They basically said, we are going to show black people that we support you, that we are behind you. They did it wrong. They did it wrong.
Okay, go ahead. Dilo, what are you doing?
Okay, so let me start off with this initially. Firstly, I gotta process this every time I read it. I am black every month, but this month I am blackity black. Then the next one states young, gifted, and black. Now note the colors: white, red, green, yellow. So those automatically are the motherland colors. Plus, let's start that off there. Next, there is a European wearing this hoodie. Additionally, what in the fuck is blackity black black? What is blackity black black? See, generally, I already hate the term black because black is a color. When I go on an application, they ask the question of what are you? Black is a color. African American, that is rooted stating that your family was initially from Africa. Why don't they just simply put American? Because generally that's what we are. We're Americans. You know. But,
Well, you know what they got
I digress from that. Back to who in the world decided to approve this? Who said that this is the way that we should help and encourage the American community? Who said that this was the best route for them to go and make a hoodie that says, I am blackity black black? And out of every month, we're going to root that right back to Black History Month. It is February and you come out with a shirt. I am black every month. But this month, I am black.
I'm extra black.
I'm extra black. What does that mean?
I'm going to tell you what happened. I'm going to tell you what happened. Scroll down, please. Scroll down a bit.
Mm-hmm.
A little more. Keep going. Stop right there. Go back up. My apologies. Go back up. I'll tell you when. Go back up. Because I'm looking at the same site you on. Go up a little more. Keep going. Keep going. Where's the Sephora thing at? Keep going. Are you back at the top of the screen? Go down some more. You should have an ad for Sephora now. All right. You know what? No stress, no worries. First off, they referenced the blackity black black. Somebody went and watched CB4 and said, oh, they said this in the movie. We're going to put it on the shirt because the movie says it's okay. All right. Not knowing that, and putting little, white kids in it, not thinking, no, they thought about that shit. Somebody approved that. There's no not thinking. Somebody approved it and they knew what they was doing. But worse, if you scroll down about halfway down on that site, go back up a little. Right there. I don't go back. Keep going. Keep going. Go up. Go back. No. Go back up. Go back up. My apologies for the. Stop right there. Read right after where it says in several listings. That wasn't the only.
Okay, in several listings, the site had young white boys wearing the products. Other shirts were white models, including Melanin Queen with a woman afro silhouette, and another boy wearing a young, gifted, and black hoodie. The site has since removed the controversial photos. Socialites thoughts.
Somebody approved that shit, man. That wasn't the only shirt. Somebody had a full-fledged campaign for this stuff. A full-fledged campaign.
So,
this was a good idea.
Again, just like this day and age in TikTok where you have the white girls going out here copying black dancers and getting popular off of it, this does not surprise me. This does not surprise me. This does not surprise me in a day and age where you got the island boys coming out that are talking like they're from the islands, but really aren't from the islands. They're from Florida or some shit, and they're over here plagiarizing culture, again, black culture, or African American culture or African culture, and they're going and they're making money off of it. This does not surprise me. People bought that shit. They may have taken it down, but people bought that shit. And in this day and age, I know for a fact that no black person sat there and made that shirt. No black person made, because again, on that shirt, the colors are horribly misrepresented. Misrepresented. All right, there's no blue in the pride in the motherland's colors. All right, so just to give you some information, the RBG flag was adopted was made by Marcus Garvey, which was later adopted by many African nations, right? But at the end of the day, these fucking culture vultures went and they Googled some shit and tried to put some tailspin on some shit and then try to make money off of it. Black culture is for sale. I don't know if y'all ever sat there and saw this. Right? Black culture is for sale no matter what. Anything from the way we look to the way we talk to the way we act. You have other cultures that are looking to sit there and get. I mean, for God's sake, even Koreans and where I'm at, I'm in Korea, right? You have them dressing like how we dressed back in the 90s.
Yep.
Big Jabro jeans. Excuse me. Baggy clothes, all that shit. They dressed like us back in the 90s. I literally I was walking the other day and I saw an old friend of ours. Y'all remember Townsend?
Yeah.
All right. So went and saw Townsend. She was on her way out of here. I was going to go and do some work because I had to cover down for somebody. Saw her, saw this kid, and I was like, who the hell is wearing Jabro jeans that big now? I was like, and it just dawned on me. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, she goes and says, oh, he dresses like that. I was like he's from the 90s? She's like, yeah. Everybody that I know was late 90s, early 2000s was Jabro jeans.
Jabro jeans.
We're talking about the ones with the stripes, you know, the different color stripes. You had the red, you had the blue, you had the all that. The white.
He had the Reebok Classics.
Okay. I don't know if he had Reeboks on, but he had a big ass jersey. But he had a jersey on too. I was like, no other race was doing that shit. Nobody. You tell me what other race was doing that, and I'll sit there and I'll give him credit. But no other race was doing that. Okay. Fine. Don't hit me with you can't sit there and copyright dancing and shit. Bullshit. When you got the backpack kid sitting there suing Fortnite for for them taking one of his dances, don't give me that shit. Don't give me that shit. I think it's time for us to sit there and go and start copywriting shit that we do. Period. So this way we can sit there at least. If somebody's gonna get our shit, we monetize our shit.
Because that's what's happening. Everybody's monetizing us,
and they're getting rich off of it. Remember when all those white girls were stealing our dances on TikTok, and then the dancers went on strike and they had no dances for like a month, and it was dry as hell on TikTok.
Facts.
We are a product. That's what's going on. We are a product, and everybody's monetizing us.
We change every facet of life that we come in contact with. We change cultures. There was no slang, but when we sit there and even how we talk, people sit there and they adapt our way of talking. Because we have a ton of influence. I brought it up a couple weeks ago when we was on here talking.
You see how much influence Allen Iverson had on the NBA, and it's still being felt. He had cornrows. People like before Iverson, no one was wearing cornrows in the NBA.
They implemented rules. They
Kawhi
implemented.
Leonard hair is still braided.
I mean, it's so they want to control us, but and want to be us so bad, but it's like it's fucked up, man.
It's like I said, everybody want to be black. Everybody want to do black until it's time to actually do black things. That's what it is, man. Everybody likes black until it's actually time to be black.
Yeah, so we really need to sit there because that I know for a fact that wasn't a black person because black person would have known that for a fact that those colors were
off top. Mm-hmm.
All right, man.
And blackity black. No black person says that.
Good.
You might hear that shit on a sitcom, but
you seen the movie CB4, right?
Yeah,
that's the only time I've heard that. And the site that we were just on, it's hyperlinked on there. I'm glad they did at least do that much hyperlink CB4, but that's the only place it came from. I ain't heard nobody say it since.
Yeah,
I think I may have heard it maybe on Martin Lawrence, maybe.
But think about that. Look how long ago that's been. Look how hard you had to think about that. Nobody is saying that
at all. Ain't nobody saying that at all.
No black person.
Somebody was just trying to get rich, trying to do this and try to get rich.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, they had a full-fledged campaign. The fact that they dropped melanin, that goes to show they're paying very close attention to everything we're doing. And they decide we're going to monetize off of it too. If they can make money off of it, why can't I make money off of it? Freedom of speech. Because they always hide.
That's wrong. That's completely the wrong answer.
Mm-hmm. Freedom of speech. I have no discourse or no disrespect against any other color, but this right here is.
That's what happens when you have no culture of your own. You still
I put that right up there. I put that right up there with H&M when they had the little kid modeling the sweatshirt. I think it had a monkey or bananas or something on it or whatnot. And this was like a few months ago. I put it right up there. I put it right up there when LeBron James came into the league and he was on top of the Empire State Building holding the cold sherry. I put it right up there. Do you remember the football player Ricky Williams?
Mm-hmm.
They had him in a dress. I put all that right up there. Right up there.
Or about when Gucci had the goon mask. They had the goon mask.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Or
it goes right up there with that stuff.
I just need to leave the United States. That's what I need to do. And that's what I need to do.
Yeah, but if you leave, you're not gonna be able to go to Walmart or Target or Chipotle.
Hey, there's civilization survived well before that. And survived long after that.
Yeah, but if you don't you want to be able to go to Panera Bread?
No. I got as long as I have Amazon, I'm good.
Hold on for Amazon.
Yeah, as long as I got Amazon, I'm good. But nah, this is.
Damn, boy, look at this shit. Yo.
And you know, there's somebody that is so like devious and evil that's sitting behind this, thinking, I'm gonna get him this year.
Facts.
and they sit there and set that shit up, and they go and do that shit. Like, bro, that's, you know, whether you agree with Black history or not, whatever the case being, but the fact that the things and the people that went into it, right? The things that go into promoting Black history and Black history itself should be respected.
Yep.
Just like we was talking about with Whoopi Goldberg, right? With her and her bullshit that she sat there and went through. You see how quick they shut her down?
Yeah.
She made the comment on Monday. Wednesday, she was suspended for 2 weeks.
Yep.
She was on a spin. She was on an apology tour that whole week.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. It didn't come out how I wanted it. Da, da, da.
Hey, all I'm saying is some stuff need to be left alone. Let us have our
We're
thing.
not. We're for sale, bro. They're
We
not.
are for
And it
sale.
won't stop
We-
until somebody goes and does something about it.
We
Until
are
we
right.
actually start mobilizing something, nobody will sit there and nobody will do anything. Nobody's going to defend Black people.
At all.
Jewish people, they got their own. Look at what the fuck they did. They got Whoopi Goldberg shut down in the course of a day, 2 days.
Didn't waste no time.
They made sure of it. Like, oh, she gotta go.
Yep. And they just gave her a warning because they was like, hey, listen, we're gonna suspend you 2 weeks, no money. You ain't listen here.
Get it together.
And the person who did it came out and made us like, bruh, what? The person who authorized her to get suspended came out and sat there and said, hey, suspend her for 2 weeks so she learns what she did. Like, purposely coming out and saying, hey, nigga, you better learn your lesson.
Like, know your place type shit.
And now she's on an apology tour trying to save her job.
Yeah.
Nothing like this is I hate it when nothing pisses me off more than me seeing when our culture gets plagiarized.
Mm-hmm.
It gets from somebody else that just wants to get their fangs and become a vampire and fucking suck the life out of our culture. And this shit, it kills me because we're already faced with so many odds to be successful. And then you come in, steal our creativity, which is one of the most iconic things that you can do to sit there.
That separates us from everybody else.
Exactly. Because let me stop. Bruh. Fucking, I'm just saying, if we had Black privilege like white people have white privilege, man,
life would be copacetic.
Bruh. Everybody wants a black person around, wants to have a black friend, wants to have the cool guy, the cool black friend around because I shit you not. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell y'all a story, right? The first time that I was here in Korea, right? I used to teach hand-to-hand combat over here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So these guys don't think I heard it, but the guys that I used to work with, when we went to this hip hop club, they didn't know what dance to do or what to say, how to act. They was just there with me.
Mm.
There was an Asian girl and a white girl that was there with them. And it was like, what do we do? It's like, I don't know. Follow what P is doing.
Oh, Lord.
I was like, now I was in earshot of that. I heard them say that, but I was just like, in the back of my mind, I was like, fucking white people.
Yup.
Now we don't know what to do. What do we do?
They want to be immersed in our culture. They want to be there in our culture.
It's like I said, everybody likes and wants to do black things until it's time to do black things.
Sure. It ain't no fun. Sorry.
Nah, I don't even. I don't agree with that one either. That would not when it's time to do black things. I think everybody's. We're kind of like statues. With they and other cultures admire the statue. It's kind of like, oh, better yet, a car. Everybody, they like the car. They fantasize about being with the car or even having a car.
Until
But then most people are not willing to do what it takes to get the car.
And that's what I mean when I said everybody likes black things until it's time to do black things. It looks
There's no
fascinating.
black things with that. There's no black things with that. There's no black when you sit there and say black things, you're talking about being suppressed and fighting a cause.
Okay, so
Nobody. I don't think anybody would sit there and say that. Especially from the outside race, they're not going to sit there and they'll fuck you, right? That's cool. That's not being black. They'll sit there and dance like you. That's cool, and do and stuff like that. But to sit there and say they want to do black things until it's time to do black things, no. There's plenty of white girls that are in college that sit there and fuck black men or around black men, but they would never sit there and say they want to do black things. They would never do that.
They would never go into. They would never. So when I say, let me try to clarify a bit what I mean when I say that. Right? Bear with me. A lot of the things that we do, music and so forth, a lot of it originated from our struggles.
Right. Facts.
The things that originated is what's appealing to them, the art, the culture, and so forth. This is what's appealing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you take them and put them in those conditions that art came from, that's what they don't want no part of. This is why I say they like black things until it's time to do black things. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. But
yeah, that's why I was like, I
I
understand your point. Maybe the saying needs to be critiqued a little bit, but I don't think any one of them would want to sit there and be a black person and sit there and say, "Hey, I want to go and fight police brutality." Or
there you go. That's what I'm getting at. It's like
they not looking. It's not about that life.
No.
It's like I'm gonna wear the baggy jeans, right? Like the guy you was just telling us about. You're gonna wear the Jabot jeans, the jersey, and everything. But if he's in the States wearing that, he feel like he cool. I fit in and all the etc. But the minute he get pulled over, he put his hands up. I'm not, what you see is not who I am. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Once they're in that, if they're put in that position, they don't want to be that. But that art that you're wearing, that art that you're portraying, that art that you're trying to sell, a lot of this is where it originated from. That's what I'm getting at. So yeah, maybe I need to tweak what I'm saying a little bit.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, that's the point I'm making.
Mm.
Like I always say, I talk to people all the time, of our color. I don't care whether we're born with a silver spoon in our mouth or not. We're born with our back against the wall already. The minute we come out the womb, our back is against the wall. We have to fight. And even when we think we don't have to fight no more, we still have to fight. I'm asking where is Van Jones? I've asked that a couple times this morning already. But the reality is, Van Jones still wear the same color skin we wear. He's just as much liable to be on the news for getting beat up or something like that by a cop or something of that nature because of his skin. Where is Van Jones?
Nowhere to be found at the moment.
That man got $100 million, and ever since then, he's like
that man traveling.
The only
you
thing
know
that
what,
I think the only thing that came up with his name was the time when they said, "Oh, Kim Kardashian may be sleeping with him." I was like,
Let me tell you
"What?"
something. With everything that's going on, you know, these black shirts and stuff like that, and all this other stuff, culture vultures and all, etc. If that man went off the radar, can you blame him? You got 100. I'm telling you, if I got my hands on 100
Yeah,
million,
but the reason why he got the $100 million was to fight, and that it was clearly stated by Bezos. So,
and,
Yeah.
and
and
I
that
said,
man, that man, he said, "Fuck them blacks, I'm out."
and you know,
He said,
I
I
think I
got
said it
some
before.
money.
Go ahead, D.
He did the
He said,
shmoney
I
dance.
got you. He says, I got some money. I gotta go.
Hey, I think I said it before, you know, if he is playing, maybe it's just behind the scenes and whatnot. Maybe it's just one of those things we don't see right now. Maybe it's one of them things we're not going to see his name associated with until a while from now. But
Yeah.
just keeping it 100, I would go off the radar too and just stay low key.
Facts.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Yeah, but it's so weird when I see people do stuff like that. Like they sit there and go and they throw their names in these pots with being social activists and trying to get stuff done and all this other stuff. And then when it's like once money comes into play, boom, shit done changed.
Van Jones gone.
You looked him up.
So I've been saying it all morning. Where is Van Jones? I know this all the time. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna put in Google, where is Van Jones? And the first thing came up, Van Jones said, when Jeff Bezos donated 100 million to him, I lost the ability to speak. He gone. That man is gone.
Niggas fight.
He probably, that man probably check his bank account every 10 minutes because he don't even realize how much money he got in his account. He's like, I got $100 million. He probably never seen so many zeros in his life. He's like,
That dude
all right,
probably
let me
go
use
to the
that.
ATM, put his
Huh?
card in, check his balance just to get that little piece of paper to see his balance.
Right?
And
He probably
he
logged in
said,
on the computer. He's like,
he said,
wow.
I lost the ability. He said, I lost the ability to speak. I would too.
I definitely would. Shit.
But
Like
I said, you know, with everything going on,
what you say?
I
What
probably
did
go off the rails for a while.
But they be like, did you have any words? Nah, I'm good. Don't worry about it. I don't know what I'm saying no more.
With that much money, you could pay somebody to speak for you.
Facts.
Talk to my secretary. I've become a mute too. You're not gonna get me fucked up here. Listen, check this out.
Man.
You ain't gonna Joe Rogan my ass here.
Hey, man. But at the end of the day, you know, back on subject, man, we are being monetized. Our culture, our talents, all the etc. No disrespect to anybody else, the other people's talents and all the etc. But
What
nobody's
time? It's stolen from
nobody's
us.
being monetized like us. Nobody's being monetized like us, man.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Let's just put this right. Could you imagine if we had a black person that, so like, there's a family that owns the color blue, right?
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine if we did that with music?
Mm.
Rap music, jazz music, rock and roll music. If we did that, I'm just saying. Maybe I'm just speaking out my ass now. This is some of the stuff that I think about. Like, I sit there and see some of these stories, and I'll be like, "Yo, could you imagine if we did this and did that?"
Mm-hmm.
If we sat there and like the kid that created the algorithm for like these platforms, if they monetized or like they got some way, they legally worked out some way to where they were able to recoup money from their algorithm or their works being done.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
It's something.
That's the type of shit I think about. That I'll be like, man.
Man. My bad, fellas. I know I'm ducking in and out.
You good. You good.
But all right. Any gentlemen, anything else for this topic? Because I just felt like in the light of Black History Month and with Whoopi Goldberg them canceling her ass and then them trying to sell us our own culture or attempting to steal and sell our own culture. Kind of, never mind. Anyway, yeah. Y'all got anything else? I'm gonna stop.
Nah.
We being monetized. That stuff is. Those shirts is fucked up. If I see it on the streets, I see it. No, I'm not gonna go down. Yeah, I have nothing else to say.
I'm gonna carry me a bleach bottles.
Mm-hmm.
Lord.
That's like me being in Korea right now, finding that shirt.
Hey, man.
Bruh.
It's a war. I'm setting it off in that place.
I will say this: if you see Jabot jeans now, you go back over that 10 years. I bet you see that shirt.
Shit.
You probably would.
Because they wasn't wearing it back then when we were wearing it. We're not thinking about Jabot jeans now. This is the first time. This is the first conversation I had about Jabot jeans in about 3 years.
And a while.
We're not thinking about Jabot jeans.
I saw Echo jeans. This is what I seen more on over here. Echo jeans, Jabot jeans, and FUBU.
And Rockaway. I've seen Rockaway.
FUBU. I ain't seen no FUBU in a while.
I'm telling you, back then.
And it was the FUBU jersey. Bro, it was the jersey.
Now that we're not thinking about that stuff, they feel it's okay. So I guarantee you, you leave, you come back 10 years from now, you'll see that black shirt. You'll see a million.
I hope not, but I swear to God, I hope not.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. On life, I really hope that is a thing that's just a here, now, and gone type situation. Because that,
bro, man, how many people bought that shirt?
Man,
because it wasn't taken down right away.
Facts.
And somebody bought that shirt as a memorabilia piece or a piece to sit there and wear. I promise you, man. So I went to a concert. I forgot what concert I went to. and I saw it was what was this white kid had he had I forgot what shirt he had on, and he was just wearing it as it was a hip hop concert, and he was wearing something. He was in a gothic trench coat type thing, and he was there at the concert. And I was like,
I don't trust nobody that goes to a large event wearing the damn trench coat.
bro, but people, and that was the thing. People were sitting there upset about it too, because they were like, "What the fuck? What are you doing?"
I don't trust that
at all.
And it almost came to a point to where it was like, bro, they were about to jump his ass. But he was one of those weirdos. Like, he was just there. Like, he was just there. His arms were folded. It was a fucking weird thing, dude. Like, I shit you not. I was just like, I was like, man, I can't even enjoy the show now because I'm looking at this motherfucker like, yo, he better not make any sudden movements.
Mm-hmm.
He better not even walk over here in this direction or nothing, because I will leave this bitch in a hurry.
Don't look in this direction. Don't think in this direction. Don't smell in this direction. Nothing.
But I say that because people will sit there and go, okay, we getting ready to wrap this up anyway. I say that because people will push the threshold, and you know who's going to push the threshold. We're not going to sit there and push the threshold. It's always somebody. Oh, it's freedom, freedom of speech, freedom of expression, or type shit, and it's going to be like, all right, bro, get your ass whooped and tell me how that feels. Tell me how that worked out.
Think, man, at some point, I feel like we really need to discuss the abuse of freedom of speech.
Man, I'm with that.
Because it seems like, everything that comes up now, somebody's hiding behind freedom of speech. And it's being abused and misunderstood.
It's misunderstood. I don't think it's being abused. I think it's misunderstood. But I think we also need to add into their white privilege into that too. Of course. Because you have to realize that when these things go down, you have a justice system that's also built they get way less punishments than us. So I mean, look at the what was it, Rittenhouse? Look at what happened with him. He didn't fucking. They threw out the gun charge. So it was like
for another day, brother, because you opening up something that
a whole can of worms.
We can go right into it if you want to.
Yeah.
You are going in a direction that I feel like will be a very, very interesting topic.
Yeah.
Gotta add that with our reservoir.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. Listen, I'll add that in. All right, gentlemen. Y'all got anything?
Where is Ben Jones? Hashtag.
Bring him back.
Oh, you know what? I do got something. I do got something. LeBron James is now the NBA's all-time leading scorer. Congratulations.
Oh, when did that happen?
Last night. Last night for me, probably same day for you, D-Lo, but yes. LeBron James is the all-time leader in points now. He just passed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah, now that GOAT conversation is going to be a little different.
Way different.
It's going to be a little different, bro.
Just a little, not much.
That takes a, because what's the most compelling thing that they talk about with Jordan? They say his rings and his scoring ability. Well, LeBron is now the all-time leader.
In regular season and playoff, he's an all-time leading scorer. Just
Now,
know
so
that.
that takes. What are you gonna say? Rings? Now, rings is subjective because
Hey,
we'll sit there and argue about the times of competition.
just know, I think it's more of a, first off, again, congratulations to LeBron James, man. Keep doing what you're doing on and off the court. Just know for him to become the all-time leader in points in the NBA, right? That is a testament to his health, his physical and mental health.
Yeah.
Remember, and it's a testament to who he is as a player, right? Kobe came into the league straight out of high school. Kobe didn't start his first year. His second year, he was a sixth man. Kobe didn't really start putting up 20, 25, 30 points a game until his third year in the league. Michael Jordan took I want to say a 1-2 year hiatus from the sport.
Okay.
Karl Malone doesn't have, I think Karl Malone, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he came into the league out of college. So he came into the league 22, 23 years old. LeBron came in at 18.
Mm-hmm.
You see where I'm going with this. LeBron James has been at this officially in the NBA since he was 18 years old. And this is how I'm a Kobe fan to the heart. Kobe before LeBron James. But I'm giving respect where respect is due. Keep this in mind. LeBron James is going to play with his son in the NBA. LeBron James, he has 3 more years, at least a good 3 more years of legit basketball. That is 3 more. That is 5 more years. 3 more years of points that he's going to tack on. Nobody's going to touch that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna say 5. The brother's still putting up 30 points a game. Mm-hmm. He's still putting up 30 points a game.
So keep this in mind.
5 years, at 5 years, I sit there and say he may drop down to 20 points a game, and that's significant drop off.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's still better than most of the people that are in the game. He can still pass, he can still control and facilitate the game.
I feel like, I know it's off topic, but I feel like at this stage of LeBron's career, he's already the all-time leading scorer now. We know he's going to play another 2 to 3 years. This season alone, he has like another 25, 30 games left to tack on more. Keep in mind, LeBron, at least from an offensive standpoint, he is an all-around player. He's a pass person. Mm-hmm. He averages 7 to 8 assists per game for his career. So just keep this in mind.
I think he's gonna be up there with rebounds and assists. He has the number 1 scoring.
There it is. That is why. Now, I don't see him winning another championship. But knowing that he has his 4 championships, knowing that he's an all-time leading scorer, knowing that he could potentially be the all-time leader in assists, you really, really have to consider him as the greatest of all time. And again, I put Kobe over Jordan. But I'm an honest critique when it comes to basketball. LeBron James could potentially be the greatest of all time.
Yeah, there was interesting cases to be thought of about that before. Once I heard he was closing in on the record, I was like, I want to hear the conversation now once he gets that title. And then once he gets the title, I want to see what other things he chases down. Because...
And I will say this. If he do get one more title, he is the GOAT.
Yeah, there's no question.
I got it. You know, Jordan has 6.
I gotta go.
Bill Russell has 11 championships in 13 years. I got it. But if Michael Jordan can be the GOAT over Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Bill Russell, because keep in mind, Jordan has 6 championships. Kareem has 6 championships. Bill Russell has 11 and 2 more as a coach. So if Jordan can be the GOAT over that, LeBron can be the GOAT over Jordan. If he all-time leading scorer, he finishes all-time leading assists, and he gets one more championship, yeah, he the GOAT. And if he ain't the GOAT, if he ain't the GOAT on the court, he's definitely the GOAT off the court.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is some of the accomplishments that he's done for himself and for his community. Like he's up there. But I'm bro, like if you want to sit there and just if we keep it at a basketball perspective, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like if he gets another category or another championship, there's no debating. There's no debating. Like you give that man his flowers, and if he plays with his son, bro, his son is what 17 now, right?
He's going to play with his son.
So,
yeah, he's going to play at least one season with his son.
If his son's 18 now, bro, I'm telling you, he's got at least a good 5 years left. And that's like I said, if he gets 20 points, if he drops down to 20 points a game, he could do that coming off the bench or just being an optimizer in the game, like just facilitating and optimizing where he can be at, bro. And if his son comes out and is anywhere as good as he was when he came out, his son will fit anywhere into the league.
Hold on, wait a minute. Let me do some math real quick because I just pulled the all-time assist leader too. Let me do something real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, bear with me because I want y'all to understand how great this is, right? I'm gonna say 7. And he plays 60 games a year. 20. If LeBron James averages 7 assists a game for the next 3 years, that's 420 assists. We'll take that 420 multiplied by 3. It's 1,260. Currently, LeBron James has 2,126 assists for his career. 2,126. That's 3,386. John Stockton is the all-time assist leader with 3,265 assists. It was LeBron James averages 7 assists. Oh, that's steals. My apologies. No. That's steals. He's thick, yeah. Disregard. I overreach. But he still has the potential to be a top 5 assist leader. That's unheard of. He still has the potential.
So he would have to get 6,000 assists
to be all time.
Yeah,
he's not
let's
going to
get the rebound. Let's look at the rebounds. Where's he at? You're not even on this list.
Now, just keep in mind the math that I did. That was just taking health in consideration, right? He's missed about 15, 20 games the last 2 seasons. So I just threw in 60 games a season for the next 3 years at 7 assists a game. That's 1,260 assists. He's currently at 9,956. So 9,956. That's 11,216 assists he could potentially have. He will be 3rd all time in assists. That is saying something. I know it's off topic, but give LeBron James that man his flowers, man.
Damn. Carmelo Anthony is right there at number 9. Bruh. I didn't know that one. Okay.
Give these guys their flowers.
if he gets assists, that he could very well do it.
And like I said, that's not
5
taken into
years.
consideration.
How many games are in the season?
82, and that's why I said the math that I did. That's not taken into consideration. A full NBA season. It's 82 games in a season. I just took out 22 because health. Because the past couple of years he's missed roughly about 15 to 20 games. So that's what I subtracted. That leaves him with 60 games per season for the next 3 seasons.
Okay, he I don't think he's going to touch Stockton, but definitely he's going to pass Chris Paul. He's going to and well, he's definitely going to pass Steve Nash. I don't think Steve Nash plays like that.
The top 3 all time is going to go John Stockton, Chris Paul, LeBron.
Yep.
LeBron is not going to catch Chris Paul because Chris Paul is still playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he'll be top 3 all time. Easy.
Wow.
That's amazing.
There's a way that conversation. We're gonna have to have that conversation at a later date.
Hey, ladies, my apologies, people, but hey, I had to get that out there. Congratulations to LeBron James. Go Lakers.
Yeah, we gotta start including a sports section. Yeah, every week we gotta start including a sports section. So
let's wrap this up. Let's wrap up this first. We still.
I mean, we done. We done here. So
okay.
But I mean, we done here. So thank you for watching another episode, and we will catch you at another time. Don't forget, like, share, comment, subscribe. And until then,
peace.
Hold on. How is it?
Purchase your track today.